Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It's currently September 22nd. My name is Richie, aka Rensing Trades, and I just got a little bit of a portfolio update for you. And then also, I have a cold sore. Yes, it's ugly as shit, I know, but I'm trying to get rid of it. And I collected about $800 and some change this morning just for selling calls against some shares and selling puts against some shares. So I just wanted to jump into the portfolio and show you exactly what I did. So if we open up the portfolio as of right now, the portfolio is down slightly. It's about $115,500. As of last week on my last video when I sold BM&R puts, I was at about 106,000. So we're up about $10,000 from that last video. Anyway, so the two trades that I did was I was assigned 800 shares of Sweetgreen here, 5 at $11, and then 3 at $9, I believe. So that puts my average cost at $9.47. So for that case, I went ahead and opened. If you go to trade Sweetgreen options, sell call, I went out to the November 22nd expiration, which is about 60 days from expiration currently. If you don't know my strategy, usually my strategy is that I sell at least 30 days to expiration, mostly at least 30 days to expiration, on the third Fridays at a 0.3 delta. The reason why I pick a 0.3 delta is because the 0.3 delta is basically like the best bang for the buck. Like, it's close enough to the money to where you can collect enough premium and get a good return on capital, but then at the same time, it's far enough away from the money to where there's a less chance that you're going to be assigned. And if you are assigned, then you're getting a better deal. So here on the Sweetgreen calls, you can see that next to the the 11, there is a -8 there. So at the time when I sold it, it was right around a 0.3 delta. Right now it's 0.3439. That's close enough. If you really wanted to and try to get it closer, you could go out further, but I was kind of like looking at this in 116 days versus 60. I'd personally rather go for the 60. So if we open up those calls right here, these Sweetgreen $11 calls, I sold these for a 0.55 average credit. That collected me about, if you take the 0.55 and you multiply it times 8, that's exactly how much I collected in that. So for this trade specifically, it was about a 7% return on capital. And the way that I look at that is I go, okay, so I collected $55. So we're gonna do 55 divided by the total collateral amount, which would be 1,100. So 0.05, so that's about 5%. So it's about 5% return on capital. I think I was thinking about another trade, but basically 5% return on capital for that trade specifically. And as far as how much premium I collected, it was 55 times 8, which equals $440. So that right there, I collected $440 in option premium just to make this trade right here. So that's another $440 that goes right into my account, and it's a win-win because basically I'm agreeing to sell Sweetgreen higher than my average cost, and I'm collecting money, $440 in this case, in the process, which is just, it's absolutely mind-blowing, this whole strategy. If you've never heard of shorting stock options, this is the way. I'm literally getting paid to set a limit sell. And if Sweetgreen stays below 11 by November 21st, then I can just rinse and repeat. So if by that time Sweetgreen's at $10.50, then I could maybe sell the 13 and really up the strike and make even more money. So this strategy is the way, guys. Like, I don't know how, if you've seen my other videos, if you haven't started doing this strategy, you gotta start doing it. I mean, it will literally change your life. The second one I did was this 1017 1250 bull, which is Webull short puts. So I collected an average credit of $92 per contract, and we did 4 of them. So if we go into here, 4 times 92, $368. So $368 plus the previous amount, it comes out to like $808. And I made that in the first 15 minutes of the trading day. So by 9:45 a.m., which is 15 minutes after the market opens, I made $808, or I collected $808 in options premiums. If we wanted to know what the return on capital is for this, we would take $92 divided by $1,250. So 92 divided by 1250 equals 7.36% return on capital. And as of right now, those puts are, let's see here, 25 days from expiration currently. So for 25 days, we locked in 7.36% return on capital. Not bad for only, a few days. So the reason why I really like Bull here is that it's been pretty oversold. I can drag this chart in here and just show you real quick. So if I go to Bull, I only trade the daily, weekly, and monthly charts, and I will zoom out even further than that if I have to, but the longer the time frame, the bigger the move. So let's look at the daily chart on Webull right now. So you can see this white line here is this 200-day moving average. There's a bunch of lines going on. Basically, this red and green is a Bollinger Band. This white line here is the 200-day moving average, and the yellow is the 50-day moving average. So I can see based off the MACD and the RSI, the MACD is starting to curl up bullish strength. It's also, if you look at the chart view, it's starting to kind of bounce off that 200-day EMA. And the 200-day EMA is the strongest trading moving average that there is. So in my case, where if I see if it breaks the 200-day EMA, I will zoom out to the next further zoom out chart. So in this case, we'd be going from the daily to the weekly chart. And then it would give me a pretty good idea of where the next entry point is going to be. So pretty much when I scan charts, I'm looking at the RSI, the MACD, the 200-day, and the 50-day moving average. And depending on if the 200-day has been broken continuously, I'm zooming out over and over and over again from the daily to the weekly, weekly to the monthly, monthly to 3-month, kind of seeing where, based off those, where the next likely place is that the stock is going to bounce at. I also look at support and resistance levels, broad support and resistance levels over, various time periods. But for the most part, the moving averages work really, really well for entry points. So anyway, guys, the portfolio as of right now over the last week sitting up about 3K. Over the last month, we're up 11.2K, up about 11%. Over the last 3 months, we're up 24K. Year to date, this is since January, we're up about 60% or about $43,000 currently. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give me a like and a comment on this video for something you'd like to see in the future. I thank you guys for all your support. You continue to be very, very ecstatic about how my portfolio is doing and sharing y'all's trades that you take with me, and it keeps me motivated and really makes me want to go back to continue making these videos, posting on X and all these things. So thank you so much, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode, which I think will most likely be when I close these BMNR short puts out, and we can just take a quick glance at those. They're currently up about 57%. I'm up about $400 on that play. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, follow my X, and I'll catch you on the next video.